Welcome back, everyone. Today I have another video for Monkey D. Luffy. I love this leader and I haven't played him in a while, so I'm gonna play him again. I changed the deck a little bit just to try it out, kind of a different concept for the deck. I took out the 9-drop. Might be too slow right now. Like by the time you play the 9-drop, they already kill you with the, like if you're playing against Whitebeard. So I'm trying to make it a little bit more low to the ground, so I can start using my leader ability much sooner. I'm trying to use the Monkey D. Luffy as my defense for at least one turn, and with the Paradise Waterfall to just defend my leader and defend my opponent's turn. And it's been working very well. The main card in this deck, there's really two main cards on the deck. There's going to be Brook and Luffy. These two being able to play 2 cards on the turn is going to be very important for me to keep my opponent. Of course, the Nami is probably the best card in the deck because it just keeps getting you a value. And with the Luffy, you get like a lot of value. So again, it's one of the best cards that you can use with the leader. Also, Robin is amazing with the leader. And this Zoro, I'm trying this Zoro over this one. Again, just because it hits harder and it just has a good synergy with this leader too. So that's why I like to play more of this one. I'm playing the one-off Zoro, just a little bit of rush. I don't want to just fill my hand with this Zoro, which sometimes I rather just play this one. So I have an option to look up for Nami, but I rather play this Zoro than play this one on many scenarios. And yeah, that's just my personal concept on the Zoros. I just think this one is much better right now, position in the meta. Waterfall with Monkey D. Luffy is just very good. It's one of the best combos on the deck, and then the Radical Beams also you still have to play 4 because you're not playing like Whitebeard and you're not playing like blockers besides the Luffy. So you need to out combo a lot of the attacks that the opponent are trying to do at you. But that's easier to do sometimes, depending on what you draw and what's happening. Sonicon, I like to play this one because of 2 reasons. The first one is a film card and it's a Straw Hat, so you get it out of the 2 searchers. That's very important. And it being a 1-drop is very good because it just, even if you play it early on, it functions like if you play it early on and then you don't attack with it until the end of the game, and if they don't remove it, you get to just put a lot of energy into him if they had been removed with other cards, and then you get to attack with dual attack with him. So he becomes an attacker later into the game, and that's very important when there is a lot of removal going on. And yeah, that's pretty much the deck. Let's go and see some gameplay. Alright, and we're gonna play against Magellan. I am going first. I won the die roll, so I will choose to go first versus this leader for sure. And I do have a good curve too, so I'm not gonna complain on my end here. My opponent should, I mean, let's see what he draws. He does a Sadi, so next turn we can see like a double play here. Next turn I attack with the Luffy, takes the first life, that's correct. And then, yeah, I just play the Zoro on 4 energy. I can spend one of the Beast Jailers to come down. Besides that, I don't expect him to do anything crazy. He plays the Sadi and he plays one of the Beast Jailers. I would have kept the Sadi on hand. I mean, it's okay, but no, not on this matchup. I mean, I'm not like, I didn't represent like a bunch of attackers for her to be like needed to come down, and I would rather just keep up the 2k in hand if I was him. But yeah, I mean, he has a full board, so he didn't really need to play the Sadi, but at least I guess he's trying to get into like a full board quickly so he can attack with it and attack with the cards that he has on board. So I can respect that. It's fine. It's not like the worst play. It's much more impactful going first than going second. But yeah, I mean, it's fine. Here, he played the Minotaur, however, and I do have to be a little bit careful about that card. But I also want to just keep attacking. He defended this life, and that is a mistake. I'm whiffed out of my Nami here. And I'm just, my board is not even that incredible. I mean, I have 2 good cards on board. But my opponent has a much better board than me. So I have to hope that the Nami just gets me back into this game, or my opponent does some misplays. No, I don't. I mean, I don't have to hope that my opponent makes misplays. It's just I have to maneuver what my opponent is doing. And here he attacks for 8, 9. So he wants to attack me for 9, asking me to drop 2, and I'm just gonna take 2 life like happily here, because the rest of his turn is not gonna do anything, and he didn't develop anything else, and I can just kill the jailer beast next turn for sure. I guess he might want me to do that because he gets some value out of that, but I mean, I have control of the board now, and I have a card that gives me 1 card every turn. So if he had the option between playing the Magellan or playing the Minotaur, I mean, or attacking with like a big number with the Minotaur, he should have done it the other way. He should have just forced me to out combo early, and then like attack for. He was going second, so attack for 6 on the Minotaur, force me to out combo at 2k, and just play the Magellan if that's what he had. But now I get to just play another Nami and just try to recoup my hand and keep up 1 radical beam just in case he goes crazy and tries just to go for game. I just have an easy way out, but my board now looks much better than his. Now he has to play catch up because he did that play last turn. So I feel like that was like kind of a mistake if he did have this card in hand, because now he only has 5 cards in hand, and I can just outvalue him because my Namis give me 2 cards per turn, so I'm drawing 3 cards per turn. That's a little bit too much for him to keep up with me. He needed like some sort of removal here, so he could just keep up. But I mean, now he's playing the jailer beast, and I drew another Nami, so I'm just gonna try to just outvalue him with them. I can get a Luffy, but I think the Luffy right now I'm not gonna play him because I'm using the excess energy with my Nami. So just rather get the 2k. I have 3 more Luffys in my deck, so I'm with 3 Namis here. I'm likely to see another Luffy, so that's why I take that one and just take the combo power right now, which is what I'm gonna need for the few turns that I have. And I do have so he attacks with the attack for 5s on everything, because I'm using 3 energy every turn at least here, and now next turn I'm gonna start to use it for energy for everything. So it's gonna be much harder for me to attack for more than base numbers, but I'm getting some good value with the Nami here. Like, I'm replacing my hand. I'm gonna be able to out combo his turn and keep replacing my hand. And now he attacks for 2. That's not a real number for me, because I do have a lot of 2Ks and the radical beam. However, he does have the king, and he wants to destroy the Zoro. That's understandable, as now is when it gets really scary, the Zoro, when you have only 2 life out and you just have to try to get rid of the cards that I have. So now he's trying to get rid of the Namis, but I mean, that's not gonna be possible. But attacking the Namis or the Luffy here, it just doesn't matter, because I'm gonna defend both of them. He should know that. So unless he wants to attack with bigger numbers, but then he doesn't get to keep up enough energy for like. Okay, so he's saying that he has 2 of this card of the Hell's Judgment. Okay, that could stifle my whole turn, but it's fine. He does it on my leader. I would have done it on one of the Namis. I guess he can still do the second one here, and that would be good for him. I do get the Brook here, and he forces me to get rid of one of my energies. Okay, that's not like terrible. Okay, and then I'll attack with the Nami, get another card. And now I get the Luffy, because now that I have so many cards in my hand, I get to play the Luffy and I get to play something else. And just, I know I will not lose the game next turn because I have too much counter in my hand. And yeah, now I have an extremely powerful board with 3 Namis and 2 Luffys on my leader. And whatever I get to untap with is going to be able to go for game. My opponent only has 4 cards in hand. His board is not bad, but it's not it's not really going to win. I mean, he's not going to win this turn. He could attempt to go for game, but I do have a blocker, so he also has to maneuver around the blocker. That's not easy. Now he plays the Ura, so that tells me that he's not going for game. So I have to worry about nothing this turn. I am a-okay with what's happening here. And I will defend my my Namis, as again, they will just replace themselves. So it's just free for me to do that. If I want to keep going for like a couple of turns, I could, because I also have 2 Radical Beams. So trying to go for game on me, it's not going to go that well. And I will defend with the Luffy. And attacking the leader, I feel like is correct, because he has to hope that I can take the last life and somehow in a couple of turns try to go for game. And so he's doing the right plays. Unfortunately for him, I do have enough counter to just stop whatever plays he's trying to do. And he has to keep up 2 energy up for the Hell's Judgment here. Or he's gonna play a Queen. Okay, 2 blockers. I mean, it's okay, but he's not gonna win in the game. Because I mean, he might be able to survive next turn, but that's just buying a little bit of time. I have too much resources to just keep combating him. And now I get to untap with this board, and I get to untap with, like, my defense is gonna be in 2 Radical Beams for the next turn. So my opponent has already lost the game. It's just a matter of just getting through all of this. He uses the Ura, probably wants to tap the Luffy, because that's the bigger attack card. And I'm going to try to just go for game. I'm not going to even worry about any of these blockers. And I want to keep getting cards out of my in my hand, just in case I don't get to just go for game here. I just want to replace the cards in my hand and just try to go for game that way. Just being able to outvalue him is just going to be good enough to win. He outcombos 6. And I'll use the I'll use my leader, because I don't need to get more cards anymore. I already have enough cards in my hand, so I don't even really need to use my Nami. These 2 Radical Beams plus what I have in my hand is good enough to outcombo whatever turn he's gonna have. Nothing is gonna die. I'm not gonna take a life, so I'm just good enough here. I'll attack for 5s here. I don't need to go for game, even if I could. Although I could have. No, because if he gets another 2k out of life, if I attack with 7 on the Nami, he could have won somehow. So again, I'm just doing everything that I can so I don't lose the game. I could have maybe gone for game. I was not gonna go for game. I'm just gonna secure my win, and there is just now no shot that he can win the game. So that's how I play. That's how I like to play. Maybe it takes one more turn that everyone else like to play. Maybe they like to chance it and just win on the turn before. I don't do that. I just play to win the game, and to what are the chances that he has X or Y card in his life that he just can stifle my turn and do something. I don't want to play that game. I want to play the game where I just go for game when I know I can just go for game, and that he just has no shot of out comboing here. And here he's just hoping that I don't have anything in my hand, but of course I do. So yeah, that's how you that was also kind of a high roll a little bit. No, you can say it was a lot, because 3 Namis are gonna do the job for sure. All right, and we're gonna play against Ivankov. This matchup, and they're going first. I mean, it shouldn't be that bad because I do have the Brook and the Nami. So as long as I can play multiple threats per turn, I'm gonna be okay. Here I will just play the Nami. It's the best play that I have. Could play the Chopper, but I don't really care about the Perona really. And this one gets me the Zoro, so that's a much better play with the Brook. So it's definitely the next play that I'm gonna do. And here, my opponent with 3 energy. I mean, the best play that they can do is the blocker. But they attack me for 5. And then they attack me with the Perona. I'm okay with that. I have no issues with this. I'll take the 2 life. And I get to see more cards. Trying to find my best cards to like be able to spam the board like quickly. If he wants to defend this one, that's fine. If he was gonna be able to defend the leader either way, so like it doesn't really matter. I'm gonna play the Zoro and the Brook, so that's 2 5k attackers against Ivankov. That's the best thing that you can do. Just try to do like 5k, 5k, 5k if possible. He doesn't even play a blocker here. He just goes for max damage, and I'll take it. That's fine. He's not developing the board, and I'm okay with that. And now here I drew the best card that can just punish that because he doesn't have a board. I'm gonna be able to just attack for 5 on everything. Well, the Zoro is gonna swing for 7, but this one is just attacking. He defended with a Deathwing. I believe he's trying to just get rid of the cards. He probably didn't have a good hand either. But he's trying to get rid of the cards on his hand. Trying to get into, like, so he can play the Ivankov and draw cards, but like he couldn't just even do that. Probably has too many cards in hand. That's why it's cards like Deathwing and even Love Beam feel like they're hard to play because of that reason. And here he can only attack for 5, so I'm gonna be able to easily out combo that one. And then yeah, he gets to play 2 cards here, but are they enough? Like he's starting here like a full board, and it's gonna be hard to out combo next turn. So he has to use the Luffy ability. But if he does use the Luffy ability, he's gonna only have 1 card in hand, so he's not gonna be able to even use the leader ability here. So he's gonna take some damage here. And I attack for 5s, just trying to probe and see what he has. Honestly, I could have probably gone for game, but he could have maybe drawn like too many 2Ks out of life, and then that would have been like a bad exchange for me. I don't die next turn, so I just have to do enough pressure here to where he has to combo his hand like consistently, or I just have to do the pressure, play more cards. I could untap the Nami and tap myself out. That also could have worked. I just didn't want to tap myself out. I wanted to represent like a Radical Beam, even though I don't have it. I don't want to just completely tap myself out there. If I use 4 energy, I will. So I will just attack with the Nami, and she's still going to be able to take a life either way. I still have a full board, so it still works for me. And I played the Zoro because, again, it's the card that doesn't have any counter, so it's just the best one for me to play. Even though he can bounce it back, that doesn't really matter. He attacks the Nami, that's fine. She already attacked. She already got a blocker, basically. I will defend my my Nami, this one, the 3-drop, because well, I mean, I need the board so I can go for game next turn. He doesn't have too many cards in hand, so he will have to use the Luffy to bounce back my Zoro back. And he only is attacking for 7, so I don't know what exactly he's trying to represent here. But if he only attacks for 7, I will out-combo out of that. Maybe he's trying to draw into a Deathwing, but he doesn't even have the energy for that. So maybe he's trying to get a Love Beam if he's playing that one too. Kind of tough to play both Deathwing and the Love Beam here. But I will have to... No, I will just try to go for game here. He only has 3 cards in hand. Even if he has a Love Beam, I don't think it's enough to just out-combo what I have here. So yeah, I just attack for 7. 7. He has to combo 2 cards, so I love Beam. And yeah, then 7. And then 5, and then untap one of them and just go for game. So yeah, there was no way that he could have out combo out of this attack. And that's why I like the Brook into like a 3-drop. It's just very powerful. It's one of the best things that you can do. So you always try to keep like that hand where you have a Brook, because he really gives you a lot of the tempo back that you need to be able to just go super hard at the leaders. Alright, we're gonna play against Garp, as this might be one of our worst matchup, especially because he chose to go second. As I am the one who wants to go second on this matchup, because that limits the amount of removal that he can play on me. But however, at least I'm able to just play something here on turn 1, force removal, then on turn 2 play something else, force more removal, and hopefully I can get another 3-drop besides the Chopper to be able to play with the Brook. At least I'm doing damage here, because I mean he's using resources, and at least I'm able to do some damage here. And that's the nice thing about going first here. I do get to pressure his hand by just removing that. But he's looking for something. He didn't really need to do this, so he probably didn't even have the Kobe to do this ability. Okay, so he does use the Kobe, discards 1 card, and I finally get the 1 card that I needed, but I mean the 1 card that I wanted, but unfortunately for me, I didn't get another 3-drop that I could play here, and that's very bad, but I'm gonna play the Chopper, because again, I'm trying to force the removal out of my opponent, and I know he wants to remove my board, like he doesn't want me to have anything on board, so he can pressure with like a rusher or something like that. So I need to keep playing cards onto the board so I can prevent that from being the problem, right? And let's see how he does it here. He plays that down, one of the better cards that he can play here in this deck, and he gets a Chopper, a blocker. That's okay. That's gonna help him in the at the end of the game. He attacks for 5, so that's a good number to attack for, because I'm gonna take it. I think he recognizes that I'm a little bit starved on resources, so it is important to play when that. He's playing Makimo. I don't know why he played this one. He doesn't have anything else, but I guess he's setting up for next turn, or he's gonna play another 1-drop. He plays the Robin, so maybe it was a misclick, because I don't think he should have played the Makimo here. Doesn't do much in this scenario, even if you play a 1-drop after. Like, you needed to play a 1-drop with the Makimo, but I guess he wanted more cards on my board in case I use the Chopper. But that's fine. I'm just gonna force the removal on the Robin, and I'm gonna play the Luffy, and I could play the Beppo. However, playing the Beppo here leaves me without any counter power here. So if he decides to attempt to go for game, I might just lose on the back of that. So I have to be a bit careful, and I have to be like, because if he attacks me for a base number at my Brook and he sees that I cannot combo out of that, then that could be really, really, really bad for me. Here he attacks at my... I think I should have taken this damage though. I should have gone 1 less here. Because I think he attacks my life here. And I combo out of that one. But then now he gets to attack at my Brook instead. And I don't have any counter. So I'm really behind right now. I have no board, and he has like a full board and I just have to try to develop. So I have only 3 cards in hand, and he gets a Nami, so he can just keep going here. So he's finally gonna be able to get some value out of the Makimo. Now this is, I did get a good card out of my draw, which was the Luffy. This is gonna force either more removal out of my opponent, but I know he has one chopper in hand, and he just searched another one, so he has two choppers in hand. So he attacks for 7 here, and I use my Luffy and block and untap it. So that's the nice defense play that I can do here. And he can either attempt to deal me a damage, and at least here the extra life that I bought with my Brook comes handy, and it's gonna be able to I'm gonna be able to take one 7k attack and not be worried that that's gonna kill me. And here he probably should have just attacked for 5, by the way. I just get out combo of this one, and I know I can out combo the Garp. So he has to KO his Nami and his Makimo to get some blockers out, so he doesn't die next turn. Because I did have 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks on 2 life and on only 2 cards in hand. I could have definitely just go for game. So he did need to do this, and because I can no longer go for game because I don't have the cards for that. I have to go for his board, and even though he doesn't have cards in hand, he has enough blockers. So I do have to go for his board. He's gonna defend it, however, because attacking at 7k, it's much like it requires more of my energy, and that's really like that's what he's doing the correct place here by defending his 7k and not just letting him die, because it just allows me to develop and punish. However, he doesn't know that I don't have anything else, so I do get some nice value here, and I attack the Dan, and he's gonna try to defend it, but okay. And I am gonna attack the Kobe, and you would ask why not keep up the 7k as defense for the as a blocker, because he has the only place that he can do next turn is attempt to go for game, and if I let him keep 3 energy up, he's gonna be able to divide that energy and attack for big numbers. So instead of me doing that play, I know I have 2 radical beams that can out combo any big attack. So instead of me doing that, I'm just gonna attack with the Luffy. If he wants to attack my Luffy back, then I'm super okay with that, because I can defend him, and it's much easier to defend than my Luffy. But if he wants to attempt to go for game, then I'm gonna let him, because if he attacks like 8 into my leader, I'll take that one, and then attacks, I don't know, 13 with the Dan, and I can just out combo that one and just win next turn. That was my plan. So if I attack with the Luffy, that I'm just incentivizing that to happen, and that's just what I want to do, because I have enough attacks to win next turn for sure, even through anything. So I just have to be able to win that way. The Nami was a good draw here because it allowed me to replace her in the hand, and it adds another attacker just in case he has removal for my board. And he attacks for 11. I do have 11 in my hand, so I was gonna out combo. I need to protect my board, and he has Jet Pistol here, so he definitely just KOs that one. And here I attack a little bit too hastily. I should have put 7 energy on my Nami first, just so I can just go for game this turn. If I make her at least a 7k, I know he can know like Jet Pistol out of life as a solution on the first attack. So I should have played around the Jet Pistol there. Alright, and for final thoughts on the deck, I love playing this deck. This deck is just too fun. The film engine is one of the things that I'm most excited for when, not next set, but when set 4 comes out. I feel like, oh no, next set actually, I think. Well, when it's one engine that it's gonna keep getting better, because these cards don't have much restrictions on them. Like they say, search for film cards and search for like play film cards. Like they have little restrictions. You get to do a lot with this. So this is an engine that is gonna keep getting better over time, and I'm excited for this engine. I really want to keep playing it. With that being said, that's all I have for today. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day. Oh, also remember to join the Discord.